Before you get into this video, let me just let you know that this has been edited on this iPad Air 2. So the quality of the recordings might not be exactly as great as it would be if I were to edit this on my computer. But since the school week is just going to begin and I need to get some sleep, I figured I'd just do a quick edit here on the iPad, let it upload and edit and blah 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 overnight. So here is an unboxing of something that I was going to publish and hope to have a happy ending, but turned out not to be so good. So I refused to upload it for the longest of times, but then I realized that I needed to make a video, so I just figured instead of recording something new, I'll just put this up instead, and I'll make a follow-up to it because I need to make a follow-up to it anyway when the new stuff comes in for it. So you'll see what I'm talking about here in just a moment when the actual footage from about a week ago starts rolling in. So yeah, real disappointed to pay all this money for a really nice upgrade to what is supposed to be a laptop replacement and end up getting junk in return. So try not to spoil too much, so I'll just go ahead and I'll let you all watch the video. And yeah. So without further ado, let's roll the footage. Hey everybody, Jordan here with a very, very different unboxing today. Now, a bit of a funny story on this one. I'll try to keep it short. I was at school, and they tried to deliver this one and required signature, and they obviously didn't get that because I was at school. But funny thing is, the UPS guy actually, amazingly enough, ended up taking this up to the local tow office, because that's where my mom partially works at, and somebody else up there signed it. And so guess what? Here I have my box. Thank the Lord that that person stepped in. I won't mention names because obviously keeping privacy here, but thank the Lord that they stepped in and helped out. This is why small towns are great, because everybody knows everybody. So it's time to hop on in. So the first thing I have in the box here is a Xbox 360 controller for Windows, which I'll take a look at later. But this is where the magic lies inside. We have a Surface Pro 3 case from Incipio. Interesting. We have a Surface Pro 3 type cover. Interesting. I got it in cyan. And here we go. Microsoft Surface Pro 3. This is it. This is it. I'm going to type and do this stuff at the same time. It's not easy. So here we are. Surface Pro 3. I think it's like $1,300 later. I'm not kidding. So I understand that this is not exactly the most up-to-date product, but I love them anyway, so I'm going to get I actually got one. It is protected by tape, of course. Go figure. Let's see, where does it talk about the specs? Right there. So I got the 256 gig i5 model with 8 gigabytes of RAM. This is running Windows 8.1. I did not get the Windows 10 version because I got it on Amazon for a lower price with Windows 8.1 and not Windows 10. And I wanted it with Windows 8.1 because I didn't want Windows 10 just quite yet. I have been having some issues with it. So yeah, I'm going to need 2 hands to do this, so I'll be right back. Now, for those wondering, no, I'm not going to ditch my iPad Air 2. My iPad Air 2 is staying. This thing is going to stay, especially. So, let's get into it and see what happens. I shouldn't be opening the box like this, but I don't really care. Yeah, this needs 2 hands as well. Looky there. Wow. This definitely feels thinner and lighter than what I was expecting it to be. And just like usual, the paperwork is cattywampus, but that's to be expected anyway. So here we are, Surface Pro 3 literature guide. This basically tells you how to do all the stuff, and you need a quadruple A battery to run the Surface Pen, which I've never heard of a quadruple A battery. And here's the Surface Pen itself. Definitely does feel like a good quality stylus. And anything in this, which should be the charger. Yes, indeed. There's the Surface Pro 3 charger right there. So, let's go and take a look at the tablet itself. I'm going to go to a different area so that way we can actually have cushion. So, for those of you who've never seen a Surface Pro 3 before, this is what they look like. A big 12-inch tablet. So on the right side, you have your mini display port, you have a USB 3.0 port, your charging connector, a little thumb hole for the stand. On the bottom, you get your keyboard connector, which looks like that. On the left side, you get a thumb hole, and you get yourself your volume rocker and headphone jack. So, let's take off the plastic, shall we? Doing this one-handed is never easy, but it sure is fun. Had they had an OtterBox for the Surface Pro 3, I would have gotten it instead of the Incipio, but they don't. So that's unfortunate. Wow, look at that beauty. So on the front, you have front-facing speakers, you have a 5-megapixel camera and ambient light sensor on the front. You have a 12-inch display, which I believe has a resolution of, and I'm going to say this off the top of my head, it's a 2160 by 1440 resolution display. Don't know the pixel density. There's the back where you got another 5-megapixel camera. And here is the kickstand, which I cannot get open with one hand. There you go. It's stiff at first, and then it slowly gets better over time. There's all the governs on the back. 256 gig, Windows 8 Pro, and there is a micro SDXC card slot, so you can put in up to 128 gigs of extra storage. There's actually a little rubber foot there to prevent the magnesium from scratching, since this is a very light finish like aluminum. So, very nice, very nice. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and power it on. Oh, before we do, on the top is just a power button. So let's press that. We need to hold it a lot longer than that. Now the battery's probably dead. Let me go grab the charger. So I guess before I go ahead and get into this a little bit much more, here's the Surface Pro 3 charger. I don't know exactly how many watts. There's where the power goes in, and that's where the power goes out. As you can tell, there's an extra USB port, so where you can actually plug in your phone or something and charge your phone directly off the power adapter. And of course you get a nice lovely sticker for Windows 8 Pro. So I'm going to have to plug that in before first boot up because the battery's dead. But that's to be expected. It's probably been in the box for a year, so whatever. Alright, here we go. Oh my god, that is so cool. How the charger plugs in, that is so cool. Alrighty, so charger's plugged into the wall. Let's try it again. Might have to play with it a little bit. See if we can get the thing to work. This is my first time ever using a Surface, so yeah. So let's not forget about the Surface Pro type cover in cyan, which is the signature Surface Pro 3 color that was used on the commercials. I contemplated getting the Best Buy blue, but didn't want it. It was a little bit more expensive. This was actually the least expensive on Amazon, ranging about $103, so still not much cheaper than the $129 that you would be getting straight from Microsoft, which I can't even get this thing open. It's freaking seller tape. Anyway, yeah, definitely not much cheaper than what you get on Microsoft, but it's still cheaper, and it got Prime shipping, and it came with my order, so I can't complain. My God, everything here takes two hands. Well, this is a real shame. My Surface has a defective power supply. I have it plugged in to the wall right here. Like, here, it's right there, plugged in. And there it is, it's plugged in. Well, was plugged in, actually. Plug it in real quick. Now it's plugged in. You see a charging LED? Well, there was a charging LED. Now it's not even there anymore. And guess what? Still cannot power on the tablet. So, I was just on the phone with Surface Technical Support, and they have already got me a new power cord on the way. So, even though it was a real fucking shame to not have a working power cord on day one, at least Microsoft actually ended up doing the right thing, because of course these things have warranties, and sent me a new power cord for free. So it'll probably be here within 6 to 8 business days, which is what they told me, which isn't too terribly bad. But in the meantime, they said that I could keep this power cord because I don't have to recycle it or anything. So maybe in the meantime, I might actually try seeing if I can get this crazy thing to work. But if not, then it's actually the tablet itself, and I'm going to have to get a new tablet, which would suck. But we're going to try the new power cord first. So, yeah.